Welcome back to the channel. I found a very unique 2022 Ram 2500 Laramie. This does have a HEMI, which is going to give it max payload for the 3/4 tons. And this is actually the only one here at Ourisman Chrysler Dodge Street Ram here in Baltimore. Give them a look up if you need a truck. They probably have 20 plus Ram 2500 HDs here, and all of these behind me have the Cummins. So this is a very rare truck, but let's go ahead and take a look at the window sticker so you guys can see the options and features on this one.
So check out the window sticker for this 2022 Ram 2500. So the base price is $57,520, and here's some of the standard equipment. Now starting off the options is the diamond black crystal pearl, and you do have a bucket seat option too, so a bench would be standard up front. This does have the snow chief group for $905, and here's everything that's going to come in it down below. And then up top it continues sport appearance package $995, and then this one does have the fifth wheel prep package at $545. Laramie level C does add ventilated front seats, so just keep that in mind, especially for a black interior. Now the adaptive steering is a standalone option at $300, and then you do have a 12-inch display with navigation for $1995. Now tow hooks is also a $100 option too, so I thought this was standard on Laramies, but maybe it's not anymore. But destination charge comes in at $1795 with a total price of $66,730.
Now the window sticker showed that this one had the sport appearance package, which is going to paint the bumpers front and rear, and it's going to paint the surround for the grille too. So you have a little bit of chrome here, and I think it looks really nice overall. You do have the tow hooks below with parking sensors. Now one thing I like about this truck in particular, because it has the HEMI, that means you're going to have a little bit more payload because the Cummins is a lot heavier in comparison. This truck is optioned perfectly because it has an 18-inch wheel, it does not have running boards, and it does not have a spray-in bed liner. So deleting those few options do increase your overall payload capacity. So I will show you the numbers for this particular truck, and I'll kind of give you a comparison with the diesel, but this is a really nice truck. It's only missing one thing I would like to see, and if you saw the window sticker you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Out back you do have LED taillights, so it's full LED, and this one does have an assisted rear tailgate too. Now really quickly, we're going to go back a second. I skipped a few things here. So you do have a sport decal when you get this sport appearance package, and this does have a 31-gallon fuel tank. I'm not used to seeing this. I'm always used to seeing a DEF fill and a diesel fill here, but overall this looks a lot different. And they actually give you an official cap too. I like that they give you this versus not giving you one with the diesels. Now you can't really see it on this side, but you do have a coiled suspension. And you can see that there's a Bilstein shock too still back there. And if you do get this truck standard, this comes at $373 too. There is a lot going on out back. You do have a class 5 receiving hitch with some parking sensors. You do have a 4 and a 7-pin connector. If you get the prep package, check out this assisted tailgate. They do give you additional plugs out back, plus they give you the fifth wheel and gooseneck prep package. Now this truck does not have that spray and bed liner, as I said. The only thing I would like to see is the high mount upgraded with the LEDs and the camera view for out back. There is a camera on the tailgate for your conventional hitch and to back up. And that's pretty much it for the side here. Let's go and take a look under the hood. So check out under the hood this beautiful 6.4 liter HEMI. Now the pros of the HEMI is you don't have to pay $9,400 for a Cummins. The other benefit is you do get an 8-speed transmission made by ZF, which is a German company, which from what I've been told make really good transmissions. And this does have MDS, which seems to be a negative because it could give you issues, but I've only heard mixed feelings online. But when I talk to dealers, I haven't heard the same noise from what I'm hearing from other people. You can get a dual alternator setup. It's like 380 total output for that. So that's really the only upgrade you can do inside the engine bay from what I can remember off the top of my head. But this is actually a small engine when you compare it to, you know, all of the emissions and turbo and piping that you get with the Cummins. So I don't want to keep doing these reviews of the interior. You've seen them 100 times. So what we'll do is I'll hit a few things in here, and that way you can have a better quick look at the interior. But nothing's changed really for the Laramies. The only upgrade that they've done inside the interiors is added Uconnect 5. And for the limited trim packages, they did change some of the accents around the interior from like a bronze to like a black, which looks a lot better. But let's go ahead and start it up, or put it in the on position, I should say. You do have a 7-inch cluster on this side, 12-inch display. This is optional, so you can get the 8.4 if you like. Now this did have the Snow Chief package, so it came with the clearance lights, the auxiliary switches, and a few other features too that you saw on the window sticker. And it does have the trailer brake down below. Check it out right there. And all Ram trucks do come with push button start. And if you want to get the sport appearance, you cannot get the cowboy brown, as I call it. I have it on my 1500. But here's the interior, guys. It's really nice. While I'm back here, I haven't really done this in a while, but there's a lot of space in this cab. I mean, this seat, let's see if the seat's all the way back here. I'm gonna pull on this. Let's put it all the way back. There it is, that's all the way back. And even the seat back is a little bit further back. You kind of have like that gangster lean. And I'm good, tons of space. I mean, there's probably about a couple inches between both my legs. You can't recline these rear seats. I would like to see that in the future. But nevertheless, getting in and out, pretty easy. They give you a grab handle. And you do have a little bit of storage just on this side, but there's a subwoofer on that side. And if you need a little bit more storage, you can do something down below there. And you have these little guys on each side too. Love the Uconnect 5. Some of my favorite features in here is the widgets that you can do, which allows you to really customize the screen to show you the features that you want. And really quickly, I want to show you this. If you want, they do have off-road pages. This is something that's new for 2022. If you were to put it into four-wheel drive, just hit it in four-wheel drive high. It shows you that there's power going to both axles, basically. Just want to back up a little bit. Here's your backup camera while we're waiting. Huh, I guess you can't zoom in. Interesting. Let me try one more time. Oh, there you go. So if you're moving, it won't let you. So we're gonna go forward again so you can see this. So you can actually see the steering wheel turning a little bit. And then it shows you which axles are actually driving the truck. Isn't that cool? Now you can put it back into two-wheel drive on the fly. And then it's just showing you at this point. Actually, it's not showing you yet. But you're just actually just turning that rear axle. If storage is your thing, there's plenty of storage inside this truck. You do have open storage for a few things with a coin holder. Additional storage in the center console, and an even bigger one out back. And this does slide. So you do have storage on each side. And there's actually a divider you can put up too to allow you to kind of keep stuff back here and keep stuff up front. More storage on this side and down below. The areas are illuminated. A little bit more storage up top here. I don't know what you could put up here because once the sun hits something, it could just destroy it. And they do give you a little bit of storage in the doors too. And as you guys saw in the back, you had the storage too there. If you're into the tech, you have 4 USBs up front with the auxiliary. You have a 5th one right there. And these will be Type A and Type C too. And then you have 4 more Type A and Type C's out back with a power plug out back too. I didn't show those cup holders. And then you do have another power plug down below. So there's a lot of ways you can keep your family happy with this truck. Here's a little funny thing too, I just noticed this. They put these really aggressive tires on this off-road thing, but they put these wimpy tires on the truck. Not sure why they do that. Come on, Ram, step your game up with these tires on these trucks. We're gonna go on a quick drive. Show you guys some of the temperatures. I love that they have a accessory gauge summary, as they call it. We're not gonna go too far. You guys have seen me drive these trucks plenty of times, but nevertheless, this HEMI is really quiet. It has a lot of comfort features too. One of my favorite, let me show it to you really quickly because it's a little warm today actually. Put on the vented seats. Oh yes, that's perfect. They do give you a heated steering wheel and heated seats as well. Oh yeah. Yeah, this truck feels really, really tight. I will say, I did some reviews one time with Ryan. I'll put his channel in here really quickly, but he made a comment about, you know, having a diesel, the truck feels a little heavier. And I actually agree with him. Like, this truck does feel lighter than my Cummins. Now, granted, I have a mega cab, so that's going to make the truck a little bit heavier too. But overall, man, this truck, it really does feel just really, really, really solid. Like, that's the one thing I love about the Ram trucks is they have come to a different level of like just comfort. They come to a different level for just overall, you know, fit and finish. And I feel like you have like a pride now when you drive in a Ram. Like, these trucks just feel just like top notch. And I think that they've always had good trucks, don't get me wrong. I think that they've always kind of trailed behind Ford. But this iteration of the Ram, I don't know if you can call this a true 5th gen, but this truck just feels really secure. It feels really like easy to drive. And I actually really enjoy it. I think that most people who have not owned this brand will probably be missing out because they don't want to, you know, support something that they never had before. But trust me when I say this, this is one you really want to put on your list to at least look at. I see a lot of Toyota guys jumping ship, you know, even looking at even the 1500s, because a lot of people aren't happy with the twin turbo V6, which in my opinion is not a big deal. I think that either truck you go with, you'd be happy. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get a little acceleration out of this 373 HEMI. Oh yeah. Yeah, this truck is nice and strong. Even without the air suspension, this truck is so comfortable. Such a good truck, man. You gotta put this on your list if you are shopping. I'm telling you, this is such a comfortable truck. It's almost like a half ton now. They've really done such a great job tuning this suspension. And even though it's not that hot outside today, but it's really, really like hot inside of here because of this black interior. But the cool seats do work well. So I strongly recommend if you are looking, you know, at one of these. And I like the lighter interior personally, but you better get the cool seats if you get this darker interior, because I believe that it's an option if you don't get that seat package. So just keep that in mind. Something to think about. So on that, probably was like a 10-minute ride for me. Here are the temperatures for the truck. Here are the numbers for this particular truck. You do have a gross axle weight rating out front at 5,500 pounds. The rear is going to be 6,390 pounds with a GVWR at 10,000 pounds. And then all-in payload capacity is going to be 3,004 pounds. So if you really want to tow a small fifth wheel, I would say max out around like 2,000 pounds. You have 1,000 pounds for your cargo and for your family, because you figure once you take off 2,000 pounds off that 3,000 pound from your pin weight from your trailer, and you have a family, figure that's 500 pounds. You have 500 pounds left for any gear you want to put inside the truck. So if you have a fifth wheel hitch you need to use, all those things are going to come off that number. So if you want to stay within that 10,000 pound GVWR, you have to make sure you buy the right truck. So this is a perfect truck, not having that, you know, the larger wheel, not having the running boards. But if you add those things onto this truck, keep in mind it's going to affect how much trailer you can tow. But on that note, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys soon.